Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and I am the Airport CEO. Anyone claiming to be the Airport CEO other than me is not the Airport CEO and is a charlatan and not to be trusted. Anyway, in today's episode we're going to expand on what we've built so far. We've got two small stands for planes and we're currently allowing in just regular random traffic to Ouagadougou International. The hope is that we can get to the point where we take scheduled flights because that makes the bucks, especially if we also add the ability to refuel said planes. So we're going to get to that point relatively sharpish. Several of you have said that the absence of symmetry in this construction is a pain to behold. I'm not going to disagree with you. It certainly is pretty hideous, but we'll fix that over time. A lot of what I've got right now is temporary in nature, or it's first pass, let's say, where it's not as the final build will be. I'm just getting some stuff up and running so that we can make a few quid. So why don't you stick around and we'll do this together. Right then, before we start to scout around for some potential clients to land their scheduled flights with us, I'm going to add an extra couple of stands here. No, wait, choose the material, otherwise, sad face. Yeah, I'm going to add an extra couple of stands so that we can have a properly good selection of planes in the vicinity at any one time. I'm going to need some just general taxiway. Taxiway of the, no, not asphalt, we're using concrete. Just for reasons. There we are. Stick that in there. Stick that in there. 4 ought to do the trick, and that means, of course, that we're going to have to extend the terminal as well, because, we do. So let's rock a bit more terminal in here. And the good news is that the one security gate that I've got at the moment will more than suffice for the scale of operation we're going to have to begin with. But we're going to need to deploy the entire workforce again. Many of you have remarked that it is an act of cruelty to keep this chap walled up. He's there for your security, friends. He's going to stay there on guard until such a time as I let him out. It's how I ensure that contracts are upheld by whatever team of, I don't know, worker ants, I guess they are, that are putting this together. So there we go. They'll batter through that relatively quickly, and then we'll start to have a look at making a bit more cash. Yeah, we'll land one more in the meantime. Might as well. You do get a good shake of starting cash in this, but as with everything, if you're not careful, you'll burn through it before you've really built the ability to become self-sufficient. Right. Okay. Now we can remove some wall. Remove wall. Use the remove wall button here, and there we go. Go on, chaps. Work ant it. And then we shall put in some nice parquet flooring, which I think we're using this one, which is not the nicest parquet flooring I've seen, but hey ho, there we are. 600 quid well spent. Right, magnificent. Then we want a couple of desks for people to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's. No, it's not. It's items. There you go. Check-in desk. No, it's not a check-in desk. It's a boarding desk. No, see, you can't fool me. Right. Let's at least make sure. Must be placed inside secure zone. So it'd be kind of cool if the secure zone inherited. So if it was obviously in a secure area because you've got your security checkpoints in place. It would be helpful for it to just kind of go like, well, obviously this area is secure. No, you've chosen the wrong one again, there, son. Let's get back on the right side. Yeah, this is not symmetrical. It's not only painful to you. It pains me also. What kind of a sadist introduces a desk that's 5 wide, and then doors that are 2 wide. I suppose I could change the doors to be 1 wide, but then the little crossing here is 4 in width. It's just sadism. That's what it is. I'm going to write a letter to my MP. Anyway, right. Let's get some doors on here. Right, yeah. Seriously, look at that. It's just horribly misaligned. There's no way you can put it that makes you go, yeah, that's good. Instead, you just kind of go, well, it's all horrible. The other thing we're going to need is some kind. No, we've got one. I was about to say we need a bathroom, but we've got one already. Let's put something for people to sit on in a couple of places. I'm not even bothering measuring because we will only do that once I reach the point where I'm starting to build it for reals. You say for reals, where I'm building it for with a sense of decorum about it. Right, put my taxiway in. I thought I'd done that already, but evidently I have not. Splendid. Right, so let's set the pushback point over to the node there. Right, thank you. That's that one, and then let's set a pushback point on this one as well. Stick that down here. Yep. Right, and then let's associate the desks. Connect stand to that. And connect that stand up onto here. Piece of cake. And then the last thing that remains to do is open the stand. Stand requires connection to taxiway. Okay. What have I missed here? Oh, I've got to do some taxiway dotted lining. Fair enough. Well, we can do that. Right about there. And this one right about here. You engage. Right. We are now a 4-stand airport, and we will accept commercial flights and general aviation. Something just went bleep, and we'll accept them there as well. This is all good. Now, do I need to build anything else? Yes, I want to build a refueling setup. Can't remember if I've actually got the staff for that at the moment. Let's. Where's the brass here? Procurement director. Pretty sure the procurement director allows me to build fuel stuff. Let's slow it down. Otherwise, I'm just paying people by the hour to stand around twiddling their thumbs. Refueling. Pretty sure that was infrastructure. Yeah, it was. It's not there, which means I either haven't researched it or haven't got it yet. Okay, fine. We'll find this. It's okay. It's good. We're all. So we haven't got avgas or jet refueling because there's 2 different types of fuel. One which is suited to lighter aircraft. One which tends to be used by the scheduled craft that carry more passengers. Vehicles. Yeah, we can't buy anything yet. Right, now, where does that live? I can never remember. It's not operations. You were just here, look. Construction. It's not construction. It's right. We'll be there. You know where it is already. It's not contracts. Maybe it's the... Where's the applicants board shifts? No. Shifts. Loan. Procurement. We need a I've got a procurement director. Right, oh wait, we've got to unlock it. Okay, fine. In which case, let's go for the avgas fuel service and the Jet A1 fuel service. We'll worry about food franchises and shops once we've got this rolling. After that point, we'll be able to handle a great deal more traffic, hopefully. So we should be able to have a good setup where we can make cash from people who are just hanging around the terminal building. Okay, right now I'm actually gonna get this moving while we wait for that to happen. So if we go to contracts, let's get CLM. Yep. And no, you've clicked off there rather too quickly, and we'll have Stripe Air as well. Yeah. And Skylink. Yeah, and Maple Airlines. All of you chaps. Meanwhile, I will just dismiss my my contractors for the time being. So we need to get into the heady and exciting world of gate planning. I haven't named me gates. You idiot. Right, it's not a small stand. This is going to be gate 4, gate 04. And this one is gate 03. If I have numbered these in any kind of order that makes sense. There, I see gate 2. Right, smashing. Meanwhile, back to here. See, that's lined up properly now. Right, so I have yet to run enough of these. What's the problem here? At least 3 hours. Okay, right, well, we'll kick off the first day here then, and we'll leave a little bit of space in between each one just to clear the runway, clear the decks before we push on. Because we're going to want to have multiple no check-in desks are found for gate 2. You what, Gov? Are you having a laugh? Oh, maybe I need some more staff. Right, okay. In that case, let's hire some. Let's get them in. Applicant, general workers, please. General airport staff. Here we go. We'll take Agnes and Cristiano. We'll have one left over in the form of Holly at the same time. Although that perplexes me because that should have worked anyway. I definitely had enough staff to handle more than one. No check-in desks, no available check-in desks found. Okay, we're going to have to wait for those staff to turn up. All right, activate the afterburners, and then we'll wait for the people to turn up for work. Yeah, I'm not interested in that, or this, or that. I don't know how long it's going to take them to turn up, but I would imagine it'd be pretty swift. They've probably got to get off a bus or something along those lines. But then we'll get some real actual passengers turning up to the airport, which will be, jolly splendid. How would I know? Oh, you would know by looking at your staff list. Staff, here we go. Where are we? No, you see, they don't appear to be. Oh no, hold everything. So currently, quite a lot of them are employed in the heady business of standing still. There we are, Agnes, Cristiano. They are both here. Right, let's slow her back down again and see if we can now plumb in another flight. Come here. No available check-in desks found. I've never encountered this before. I've done something wrong. That's a given. What haven't I done? Check-in desks, not boarding desks. Check-in desks. Right. I see. I need a check-in desk for each stand. Oh well. Well, that's a blow. All right. Well, we can build that. That's easy enough. Right. Easy peasy, I suppose. Check-in desk. Yes. I suppose we'll stick one here. No. Will we? No. Now, I'm going to need to move these around once I start concerning myself with baggage and the handling thereof. But for the time being, yeah, I know, it's horrible. The layout we have opted for here is woeful in its nature. Construction. Lads, get to work quickly. I've got contracts I need to deal with. Up the tempo. Meanwhile, however, we have actual real live passengers sitting in my real live actual passenger lounge, and that's jolly good fun. Also, I'm going to need well done, team. Good work. You got that done nice and quick. You're all fired again, though. Sorry to say, because we're not at home to just keeping people hanging around willy-nilly. However, I do need to hire another. What do I need? Another 2 airport staff. Now, hired. Tanvi, welcome aboard. Constanza, come on in. Good. I don't bother looking at their CVs. I trust that if they're applying for the job, that they're suited to it. Do a bit more of this. To be honest, I think that first queue that I built was perhaps a little bit excessive. Build queue. It's just. Yeah, you know what? If I'm going to embrace the madness here. I'm going to have. This is going to be an airport where people are constantly trying to fathom what the hell they're supposed to be doing as far as queuing is concerned. You can stand right in front of the departure notice board there, because that's going to fox people. Yeah, welcome to Colonel Failures I'm Going to Upset You Airport, where nothing is organised as it should be. But my rationale here is that what now? Fuel service. Ah, good. Right, fuel services can be built. Good. We'll get that happening shortly. But for now, we've still got to get Maple. Come on, Maple. When's the next one I can fly? Right there. Okay. Now I want a reasonable overlap, and the overlap is for is for runway purposes rather than anything else. I mean, that's excessive, leaving an hour between flights, but. Usually I'll go with like a 10-minute slot, and I don't accept delays for any reason. If you're late for your flight, you missed it already. We're not going to hold flights for passengers who can't obey their alarm clock. No refunds are possible. And of course, you want both the landing time and the takeoff time to be clear of the runway as well. Otherwise, you end up with some kind of a log jam, and logs are not the greatest means of transporting people around. Here we go. Right, let's mash all of these in. You usually get a couple of days in order to clear a contract. But I try and get it done as quickly as possible so that I can queue up the next lot. There we are. Sky Link. We'll have all of this lot done proper pronto. Now, if I had fuel up and running for Saturday, see, that's gonna cause a bit of a collapsing overlap there. But right now, I'm just cramming them in. We're going nose to tail with all of our aircraft. Formation flying is the order of business. Let's offset that one a little bit more. I'm sure someone in the comments will highlight to me the error of my ways in doing this. Hang on, Maple, you can have a spot on gate 4 as well. But it gets the job done. It gets tin in the sky, and that's all we're really bothered about. Yeah. You can luxuriate over on gate 1. Keep it nice and easy. Right, there we go. So now, if we look at our at the flight schedule here, you will see everything's on time, like flipping clockwork is what it is. So we've got our arrival times coming in here, and there shouldn't be any that are coming at the same time. Well, that obviously I avoided that quite succinctly. And there's all of our departures. Splendid. Right, so now we've got some people getting the idea. They're all going to come in and they're going to start paying me some cash. I'm sorry, General Aircraft, but you really don't pay very much, and therefore I'm not letting you. See, we've got a general melee happening here as far as check-in is concerned, because the queue isn't quite as long as it ought to be. But people will figure it out. I have great faith in people figuring stuff out. They've got a thought in mind there. What is that? Oh, I'm heading to security. That's what they're thinking. You're bored. We'll do some work then. All right. Yeah, that was simple. For some reason, we've got people with parachutes on going on here. You can't have a suitcase and a backpack. No, one piece of carry-on luggage. You people that try and cram a week's worth of stuff into one carry-on bag, you're just making it worse for everybody. Stick it in the hold. Let it get done. What now? What? I'm hearing lots of beeping happening. but precious little in terms of alert notifications. Oh, no. See, this all looks fine. Right, smashing. So these lot will clear through. We should get some more people turning up for the next place. It's going to be a busy old day. Let's just up the tempo a smidge and watch all of this happening. I'm a little concerned about the fact there are no planes currently waiting. Oh, there's one, look. Pay me the money. Yeah, so we got a boarding, a landing fee for every passenger getting off. We got a runway fee for them landing in the first place, and then we get some more fees once I've got fueling facilities organised. Let's see if we can see the whole runway. And then we'll wait for the next thrilling landing to happen. Who's due here? 12:30. That's the 12:35 just come in, 3 minutes ahead of schedule. Next one comes in at 12:50, and then there you go. There's the 12:50 in, landed at 12:46. We are a very punctual airport. Going to keep all the planes on time. That's a thing that we're gonna pride ourselves on. So as you can see, the cash is trickling up a little. My hourly rate is not too severe, and then every plane that comes in kind of gives me a relatively decent bump up. Now this is not enough for me to extend my services dramatically, but it's doing enough to keep us at break even for the time being. Now, once I add the facility to refuel these chaps, then good times are here again. And that's what we'll do in the next episode. Thank you very much for tuning in today. I've been Colonel Failure. We currently have 4 aircraft and a bunch of passengers all hanging around waiting for the action to happen. It's a Spartan airport here in Ouagadougou, but it won't remain that way. We will work on things like facilities and symmetry as time progresses. There you go. You know what? Let's go and watch a dramatic aircraft takeoff here. He's decided he wants the entire runway. You're only a light aircraft, Sunshine. You'll be fine. Well, okay, it's a light passenger craft. Hold on. I'm going to try and get a good angle on this, if such a thing is possible. There you go. That's about as good as you're going to get. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch up with you very soon. Cheerio.